I would like to thank Roadwitness for sending this 4-channel, 460-degree, 4K dash cam. I've included footage I recorded with this dash cam near the end of the video so you can see how amazingly clear it is. This video is on the GD340. A little bit of before footage so you can see what I'm dealing with here. This is the old stuff. The 3 different brands, and I still don't have anything working right. And this one finally quit altogether. This was the backup camera for the stereo. This is what's left of the rear facing camera for the other, not the one I'm putting in, but the old dash cam that I am replacing. So let's see what all's in here. Right away, it's got pictured instructions to let you know which way to put the SD card in and which way not to put the SD card in. It's like it's very well protected in there. Oh, it even has the tool for hiding the cables. And there indeed is the SD card. So no need to pay separately unless you want to upgrade from the 128 gigabyte to the 256, because it will accept as big as a 256 gigabyte card. There's some very fine print if you want to brag or show off how good your eyesight is. Here's an awful lot of electrified spaghetti noodles. Same thing as with the power cord, there's lots of it. And the brains of the operation. For future reference, take note that there are buttons all along the bottom. 5 of them to be exact. There's a rear camera port and a power in port. There's the front facing camera and the side or rear or also front facing cameras, because they will move all around. You can also have one pointed to one side and one kind of towards the back if you want really good coverage of the interior of the car. We're going to try putting them at like a 45-degree angle and see just how much of the interior of the car and exterior we get as coverage. So we know that this front facing camera is going to be getting lots of the front, and there's going to be a rear facing camera here getting lots of the back. And here's the rear facing camera that came with it. Okay, the little copper connectors go toward the front of the cam. So if you're in the car, they would face away from you. Goes in the top here, in the slot. And it's got to push down there enough to click into place. Which I had to push it where it was countersunk quite a bit before it would click into place. If you push it to just level, it just pops right back up. Got to get some of the meat of your finger to get it go down in there. If you've got some nails, you might be able to use your nail, but I don't have enough nail. I want to hook everything up and move it around and see what the cameras are seeing, so I can see just how far away from the rear view mirror I need to be to get a good view with these side cameras and not put it too far away. And I used the tool provided for the rest of it. Now I can access this power port that I put in here previously. The power port. Now I'm just burying this stuff up in here as easy as you please. Now I picked my spot, filled my sticker. I've got some 91% alcohol. And I'm gonna just make absolutely sure. Yeah, hear the little squeaking. Absolutely sure it's very, very clean. And 91% alcohol, because alcohol will dry really quickly. Stick the camera to it. Now I want to show you what I'm seeing. That from the driver's seat over here, and my head's about here, I can see just under the rearview mirror. Now there's some reflection of the camera and my fingers and everything in there on this video that you don't see in real life when you're looking right at that screen. The screen looks clear to me. It doesn't have all these reflections on it that you see in the video. I got lucky that the rear camera has the same connection as one of the old cameras, so it just plugged right in there. I didn't have to run all this front to back like I did with the other cam. But if you do have to run this, it's just like running that power wire. You stick it underneath stuff. Of course, here in the hatch, I had to feed it through there the last time I did this. Like I said, this time I didn't have to, because it did connect up to the old one. And just stuffing it underneath the rubber weather stripping like I did the power cord. And then there's a power wire here that you can see here, and that goes to one of the wires for the lights so that it can power it up. All right, something really necessary to know is if the camera is this way, it's right side up. If I flip it over and try to mount it this way, then the image on the screen up there is upside down. In America, that's passenger side, this is driver's side. Starboard, port, right, left. Got it? Get it? Got it. Dash cam.
Yeah. You could definitely see it better than that thing that was there.
Yeah, and it's not pulling the mirror down either.
Yeah.
And it's recording a lot more because it's recording stuff from the side too.
Yeah.
Front, back, and sides. And the rear camera is inside the glass, like the one that I set up on the van.
Yeah.
So that no matter what method you're using to wash the car, you're not hitting the camera.
Oh, cool.
The center button is the on-off button. The far left one is the menu. One just to the right of the center changes the view on the screen.
The question is, you handle that whole years later. And I'll say this: one of the things that I've noticed with champions is that people is so excited. They're so excited, by the idea of. In first place and win the championships are relieved because they expected to win because
This video is on the GD340. Hey, if you like this video, we got a whole lot more. We got tool reviews, we've got repair videos, we've got show car videos, hot rods, mod rods, you name it. If it's got wheels on it and an engine, it's probably on this channel. So subscribe, like, and binge watch Saneauto. Binge watch Saneauto.